The fine-tuning of the universe poses one of the most profound puzzles in modern science and philosophy. Why do the physical constants fall within such narrow ranges that allow life to exist? One possible answer lies in a concept known as the anthropic principle. This principle doesn't claim that the universe was designed for SBET, instead argues that we observe it as life-friendly, because otherwise we wouldn't be here to observe it at all. 5.1 Weak versus strong anthropic principle. The anthropic principle comes in different forms. The weak anthropic principle WAP. The universe must allow life because observers exist. In other words, we shouldn't be surprised to find life-permitting conditions, since if they didn't exist, no one would be asking the question. The strong anthropic principle SAP. The universe is not just compatible with life, it must have properties that make the emergence of life inevitable. This version is far more controversial, as it suggests purpose or necessity built into the cosmos. 5. Point to the observer bias. Imagine rolling a set of cosmic dice. The odds of landing on a universe with the right constants seem astronomically small, but the anthropic principle argues that it's no surprise we see such a result. After all, universes without life would have no observers. In this way, our existence selects the conditions we observe. Some scientists compare this to winning the lottery. If you win, you marvel at the odds, but if you didn't win, you wouldn't be here to reflect on it. 5.3 Cosmic coincidences explained or avoided. Supporters of the anthropic principle claim it resolves the fine-tuning mystery without invoking supernatural design. They argue that it removes the illusion of coincidence. But critics push back. Does this explanation really explain anything, or does it simply reframe the puzzle? For example, why do the constants fall in the narrow life-permitting zone? Why is the universe 13.8 billion years old, long enough for stars and planets to form? The anthropic principle acknowledges these facts but offers no deeper mechanism. 5.4 Enter the multiverse hypothesis. The anthropic principle often pairs with the multiverse theory. If countless universes exist, each with different physical constants, then it's not surprising that at least one has conditions for life. We just happen to live in that one. This idea shifts the fine-tuning question from why is our universe so special? To, out of infinite possibilities, why wouldn't a special one exist? Still, critics argue that the multiverse is speculative and perhaps unverifiable. Without evidence, is it science or philosophy, dressed in scientific language? 5.5 Philosophical and theological dimensions. The anthropic principle treads a fine line between science and philosophy. To some, it points toward intelligent design, the idea that the universe is deliberately structured for life. To others, it suggests we impose meaning onto coincidences because of human perspective. Religious thinkers often embrace the strong anthropic principle as evidence of purpose. The universe was crafted with beings like us in mind. In contrast, skeptics argue that invoking purpose goes beyond science into metaphysics. 5.6 The participatory anthropic principle. Physicist John Wheeler took the idea further with the participatory anthropic principle. He suggested that observers may play an active role in bringing the universe into existence. In quantum mechanics, observation shapes outcomes. Could consciousness itself help define reality? This radical view implies a kind of feedback loop. The universe produces observers, who in turn give reality its form. 5.7 Criticisms and limitations. The anthropic principle has attracted criticism from both scientists and philosophers. Tautology, critics say it's circular reasoning. Of course, we find ourselves in a life-permitting universe. Where else could we be? Lack of predictive power. The principle doesn't predict new findings or guide experiments. Philosophical stretch. The strong anthropic principle, in particular, drifts toward metaphysical speculation. Yet, defenders argue it helps frame our cosmic perspective and highlights the extraordinary delicacy of the conditions that allow our existence. 5.8 The human connection. Whether or not the anthropic principle explains fine-tuning, it forces us to confront our place in the cosmos. Are we accidental byproducts of physics or inevitable outcomes of a universe destined for consciousness? This tension resonates with our deepest human questions. Are we meant to be here? Does the universe carry intention, or are we projecting our need for meaning onto it? 5.9 Beyond explanation, into wonder. Even if the anthropic principle merely shifts the question rather than answers it, it leaves us with awe. That we live in a universe so finely balanced, where atoms, stars, and minds can exist, is itself extraordinary. Whether by chance, necessity, or design, the cosmos has produced beings capable of pondering its mysteries. In this sense, the anthropic principle is less about providing a final answer and more about framing the wonder of existence itself. The mystery of fine-tuning has driven scientists, philosophers, and theologians to propose two radically different explanations. On one side, the multiverse hypothesis suggests that our universe is just one among countless others, each with different physical constants. On the other side, the intelligent design hypothesis proposes that the precision we observe is the result of intention, purpose, or even a cosmic architect. Both ideas are controversial. Both stretch beyond the limits of direct observation. Yet together, they frame the cutting edge of the discussion about why our universe appears so improbably suited for life. 6.1. The multiverse hypothesis. The multiverse is not a single theory but a family of related ideas. All share one core claim. Our universe is not unique. Instead, it's part of a greater cosmic ensemble. Quantum multiverse. Some interpretations of quantum mechanics, like Hugh Everett's many worlds interpretation, suggest that every possible outcome of a quantum event actually occurs, branching off into a parallel universe. Cosmic inflation, multiverse. Inflationary cosmology proposes that our universe is one bubble in a vast sea of bubble universes, each with its own physical constants. String theory landscape. String theory allows for a staggering number of possible universes on the order of 10,500 each, corresponding to different solutions of fundamental equations. If the multiverse is real, then fine-tuning loses much of its mystery. Out of countless universes, it's inevitable that some will have the right conditions for life. We live in one of them because we couldn't exist in the others. 6.2 Strengths of the multiverse idea explains fine-tuning naturally. No need for purpose or design. Life emerges in the rare universes where it can. Fits with modern theories. Inflation and string theory both suggest ways the multiverse could exist. Anthropic compatibility. The multiverse pairs neatly with the anthropic principle. 6.3 Criticisms of the multiverse. Despite its appeal, the multiverse faces serious challenges, unobservable. By definition, other universes may be forever beyond our reach. If we can't test or observe them, is the multiverse scientific? Infinite regression. If everything possible exists somewhere, does the concept lose explanatory power? Occam's razor. Critics argue the multiverse multiplies realities unnecessarily, when a simpler explanation dies and might suffice. 6.4 The case for intelligent design. Intelligent design ID argues that the precision of the universe is not random or accidental but deliberate. The constants were set in a way that permits life because they were intended to. This idea doesn't necessarily mean a divine being in the religious sense, though many interpret it that way. Instead, it may point to some underlying intelligence, higher-order law, or purposeful structure baked into the fabric of reality. Supporters point to the improbability of fine-tuning occurring by chance, the elegance and mathematical beauty of physical laws, the emergence of consciousness as a clue that the universe aims toward meaning. 6.5 Strengths of intelligent design. Explains precision. Instead of chance, fine-tuning is purposeful. Philosophical depth. Resonates with ejoled human intuitions about meaning and order. Compatible with science. Some scientists argue that discovering laws of physics that seem too elegant hints at deeper intentionality. 6.6 Criticisms of intelligent design. But intelligent design also has limitations, unfalsifiable, like the multiverse. It's difficult or impossible to test scientifically. God of the gaps. Critics argue it inserts a designer wherever science lacks an explanation. Competing theologies. Even if design exists, it doesn't tell us who or what the designer is. 6.7 Bridging the divide. Interestingly, some thinkers argue that the divide between the multiverse and design may be false. Perhaps the multiverse itself is part of a designed system and engine to generate all possible universes, with ours among them. In this view, design and multiverse are not mutually exclusive. Others suggest that future discoveries may show that fine-tuning is not a coincidence at all, but the inevitable result of deeper physical laws we don't yet understand. 6.8 The human dimension. At the heart of the debate lies not just physics but human longing. The multiverse speaks to our desire for naturalistic explanations. Intelligent design speaks to our yearning for meaning. Both are attempts to reconcile the incredible improbability of existence with our own presence here and now. Whether one leans toward chance, necessity, or purpose, the mystery remains awe-inspiring. The universe has given rise to stars, planets, and beings capable of reflecting on their own origins. 6.9 Conclusion. Chance, design, or mystery? The fine-tuning puzzle resists simple answers. The multiverse provides a vast statistical canvas. Intelligent design offers the possibility of purpose. Perhaps the truth lies beyond both, in realms of science and philosophy not yet discovered. For now, we are left with a universe that seems just right for life, whether by accident, law, or intention.